Sino ang babae sa likod ng La Bulaquena? Part 2. This painting was painted by Juan and hung in the Malacanang Palace Music Room until 1986 when it was transferred to the National Museum. In 2025, pinahiram ang painting sa Louvre, Abu Dhabi. We discussed candidate number 1, Paquita del Rosario, yesterday. Tuloy natin. Candidate number 2 is Maria or Iyang Rodrigo-Fernando. Iyang is heralded as a heroine of the revolution who supplied Katipuneros with provisions and carried messages through enemy lines. I have seen interviews with some of Iyang's descendants and with local Bulacan historians online, and here's what I learned of their claims. The Luna brothers supposedly visited Marcelo H. del Pilar in his home in Bulacan, Bulacan to talk about the struggle. His house is next door to the Rodrigo family. They were supposedly distant relatives. It was in one of these visits with Del Pilar that Juan Luna was supposedly inspired to paint Iyang, they said. The claim that Iyang is La Bulaquena centered around the nearness of their homes and how having bushy eyebrows and sad eyes were a distinguishing characteristic of the Rodrigo family. Case in point, the late Senator Francisco Soc Rodrigo. This was possible, pero I want to talk timelines. Juan Luna left the Philippines for Spain in 1877. Marcelo H. del Pilar left for Spain in 1888. Antonio Luna left for Spain in 1890. The brothers returned to the Philippines in 1894, but they left again in 1896. In 1895, when La Bulaquena was being painted, Marcelo H. del Pilar was already sick from tuberculosis in Spain and he died in 1896. He was never able to go back home. So, the Luna brothers and Del Pilar were never in the Philippines at the same time in 1895 to make that hypothesis plausible. Is it possible that Juan Luna sat with Iyang and sketched her years before, then painted La Bulaquena in 1895? It would have to have happened around 1877. And in 1877, Juan Luna was a student at the Academia de Dibujo y Pintura in Manila. Del Pilar was a second-year law student in UST, and Antonio Luna was 11 years old. It is not likely that the supposed meeting with Iyang happened before they left for Spain. So, if Iyang was La Bulaquena and the Luna brothers did visit Marcelo del Pilar's home, my hypothesis is they were there to visit Marciana del Pilar or Chanay, the wife of Marcelo. A compassionate visit makes sense kasi nga, hindi makauwi si Marcelo. Baka may padalang sulat o naghahatid lang ng balita ang mga Luna. It would be interesting to go through the volumes of letters between Marcelo and Chanay to find something that would support this supposed meeting. I have not checked po. All this is something to think about as we put pieces of Iyang's story together. Balik kayo bukas for the next candidate. Baka malapit na natin mahanap sila Bulaquena. O diba?
Meow meow.